In Mill Pond Family Dental, most of our crowns are done digitally at this point. There are still a few where I'll wind up taking traditional impression, pouring up the models, having the lab make a crown, especially on a gold crown. Sometimes we'll wind up doing that, or if we can't get a good scan, if there's too much saliva. But the vast majority of them, it's all digital, which the beauty of that is there's no distortion. It's a quicker turnaround time because as soon as we scan, the lab has the scan and can start working on the crown. You don't have to send it through the mail. And I have a little bit more control over the design process if I design it in-house. So here's a patient who came in. She had a crack on both sides of this tooth. So this patient came to us. She had an existing old silver amalgam filling, and she was starting to get some crack lines over one edge and the other edge of the tooth, where over time the metal filling expands and contracts with hot and cold. So drink something hot, the silver swells. Drink something cold, the silver shrinks. Over time, stress fatigues the tooth and you start to get these little cracks. If the cracks are too big, unfortunately you can't save the tooth. But in this case, the cracks were still small. We were able to go in and do a full preparation crown to fix the tooth. She had a crack on both sides of this tooth. We numbed the tooth up, we prepared it, eliminated the cracks, cleaned it up. There was no cavity under what was left of the old silver filling, so I just left those pieces alone. And once we had it prepared for the crown, I take out the scanner, I scan just the tooth that I prepared, I scan a portion of the top arch, I scan a portion of the bottom arch, and then I scan how the teeth bite down in relationship to each other. And I send it off. So while the patient's still here, it's already being designed. Typically, if I send these to a lab, I can have them back in 3 to 5 business days. Sometimes I can design them in-house and have them done next day. And then once it comes back from the lab, they just send us a little box and it has the permanent crown right there, ready for the patient to come back in. We remove their temporary, try it in, cement it in place. Super easy. With this, the molds can't get torn, they can't get smushed, there's no room for distortion. So it's a much more accurate method and there's none of the gooey impressions.